channel, my name is Christian Sarna, and today we are going over the long-awaited X-Men Mansion. Now, I know I'm a little late to the game here, and it is 3,093 pieces of pure awesomeness. That was kind of lame, but it is true. This set is so cool. Now, I know right off the bat, a lot of people wanted to see this be a little bit bigger with maybe 3 stories. I've seen a ton of modified ones that have 3 stories, and honestly, I agree. I think this could have had 3 stories and looked really good. The problem with it probably would have added more price. This was around the $350 mark, so I've mentioned this before. With these IPs that LEGO puts out, sometimes they just cost more. I know they're moving to more organic bricks, and that's a little bit more expensive. There's been a bunch of news on that. I'll take what I can get with this set. Altogether, I did really like building this set. There was a ton of Easter eggs that we'll get into while you're building this. One thing I did want to go over is the instructions. So I was really pleased to see that the instructions on this one were much like the Daily Bugle, where at the very beginning of them, you get a little synopsis, a little bit of a story of the X-Mansion and why it was built, and I really liked that. Avengers Tower didn't have that, and I was kind of sad. I wanted to see more of that. I don't know, it feels like it has more heart when it has that. But nonetheless, this thing looks sweet. All right, let's jump into this set. I'm gonna go ahead and spin it around here. So on the back side, we have a bunch of cool posters. Now these posters are little Easter eggs and things like that. So we have a Nightcrawler, we have a Pyro sticker, we have claws, and the little thing that says Pixie was here. And there's a bunch of stuff just like in this dumpster. There's a hat and a sword. We can imagine whose those were. I love this little poster. It says who's missing, who's been collected. Now, something interesting is you have a basketball hoop and a basketball, and that's a reference to the basketball court where the X-Jet would come out of. Something really interesting, too, is the open box there in the corner. It says Trask Industries, and I really like that they put that in there. It's just kind of cool and neat. We've seen that box in other LEGO sets, but to see it here and say Trask Industries was cool. So on the backside, you do get a door that does open up. That is the exit door there. It leads to the first hall inside of the mansion. And then on the very tip top, we have the lever that explodes the top here. If you haven't seen that yet, I will get into that very soon. Now on the backside here, we have a little air conditioner, and this slides back and forth, very reminiscent to the Sanctum Sanctorum that kind of has that on the back too. This controls a chalkboard on the inside, so it looks like the lesson plan is moving. On this side, we do have a couple panels that come out. This is supposed to be, at least what I've seen, is the training area. So these walls come out, you can mix and match and do whatever you want with them. But this one has like saws on it. Another one has like ray guns, and so it's really interesting. And I really like that they did that, and you're able to like mix those around. And you can also do that on the side too. So I think that's really interesting. A small little detail. I don't know why I find this so cool, but they put in a gutter and it looks like a little water droplets at the bottom. I love that. It's just like one of those really attention to detail things that I just really like. All right, we have a ton happening on the front of this thing, so let's dive into it. So on the left side, you do have the Sentinel. Now, the reason he is on this side is there is a piece keeping him there. You can move that piece on the sidewalk wherever you feel. On the instructions, I kept it how it was, but it does have him in front of the part of the building that looks like it has been blown out. I love that attention to detail again that they put on there that the X-Mansion has taken some damage. There's a joke around this mansion that it explodes every couple years. I think that was in the Deadpool movie, the first one. Maybe the second one, but I thought that was hilarious. And something too that's a little bit different than the other Marvel modulars, the sidewalk actually leads into like a grassy area, and I've seen a lot of people actually replace this with all grass, and they put this more of like on an estate grounds in their Lego city, which I think that looks really nice. Of course, the X-Mansion is not in a city, so having it in one of those areas does make a little bit more sense, but having it being a Marvel modular and connecting to the other ones looks sweet too. I will be doing that in a separate video connecting all of the modulars together. And on the front middle, we do have a little porch area with the columns, and I really like the way that front middle part looks. I think it looks really well put together. Like I said, with the people I've seen who put a 3rd level on this, I think it looks even better. So I'm debating on putting a 3rd level on it. I know it'd be cost another pretty penny that I don't really want to spend, but we'll see. Also on the front there, it says 1963 when the school was opened. And on the last side, we do have a sign that says Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters. And I love they put that in. They even put that on Avengers Tower, where it has like the little plaque of "This is Avengers Tower," and it's a memorial thing. I thought that was really cool. Something else to notice, while all these characters are battling in the front, there are little turrets that come out of the ground, and I didn't realize what those were for a little bit, and I was like, oh, it looks like a turret coming out of the ground to protect the mansion. Now, this is the first Marvel modular that is bigger than just the 32 stud plate. This is 1 plate and a half, and it actually has 3 different pieces that all slide together. And I do like that because as a playset, it works really, really well for it. And if you wanted to build this with friends, you can actually give each of them a book of the instructions and one side of the mansion, and they can build it, and you guys can all build together, which I think is really cool. So of course, like most of the modulars, the roofs come off of each side, and then you can really dive into the inside of the mansion. So each of these pieces, it comes with different rooms. Like I said, on this side, we have like a training area. This is supposed to be Cerebro in the very middle. So at the top, there is a little like see-through piece, and you can see the map of all of the mutants. Unfortunately, this doesn't look like Cerebro from the movies, but I did get the gift with purchase of the actual Cerebro model, and I haven't built that yet. I'm debating on if I'm going to build it or just leave it in the box, but I think it's really cool. Now, something that's not included in that one that is included in this one is the helmet for Cerebro. So you can set Charles Xavier in there and put the helmet on, and he looks like he is zoned into Cerebro. On the left side, we do have a little kitchen area, and it looks like a little desk. I think it's supposed to be Beast's desk. It has like all the scientific things on it. And then there's like some spilled coffee that, again, I really love that little attention to detail they put there. And on the very last side, we do have a bedroom, and I've seen a ton of really funny pics of that meme that people have made with Wolverine, and they've gone ahead and put him in that room. And again, all of these pieces also lift off. So this training center continues to the very bottom, and there is a door that slides in and out for that, which I think is really nifty. But the training center is full of all of these different things: missiles, guns, spikes, flames, laser guns, these little camera looking pieces. I mean, it's really, really neat. And at the bottom, there's this newspaper that says mutant registration, and I just like that little, again, it's a little Easter egg that they just kind of put in there. If you lift up Cerebro, you get access to the living room, and the living room has this big X on it, and I love that. And it says class, danger room being the training center. And there's a bunch of pictures on the walls here of the X family together with Charles Xavier. And there is a picture of Charles and Magneto in there because they weren't always enemies. And if we lift up the bedrooms on this third one, we do get a little study room. It looks like the classroom. There's some desks and chairs in there. Like I said, the chalkboard does move, so it looks like the lesson changes. And there's a little bookshelf in the hallway here. On the bookshelf, there's a couple books that are labeled, and one says Creole, which is referring to Gambit, and the other one says Medicine Science. And on the chalkboard, it has a little lesson with Beast hanging out. Now, Beast isn't in this set, and I really wanted Beast to be in this set, so I'm really sad that he's not. But I'm about to get my hands on a Beast minifig. And if you slide the chalkboard over, it talks about how dangerous the Sentinels are. Now, in the right side hallway, there is a TV that said mutants everywhere, and it has the Sentinels coming up to capturing them. Now, a little Easter egg we have is at the bottom of the classroom, there is a little magazine, it looks like, and it says travel, and that it looks like it's referring to Mount Fuji, which would be referring to the Wolverine movie. And that is kind of the walkthrough of the X-Men mansion. All right, so here is the play feature that this is really well known for, and that is the top exploding with Magneto on it. And now it's time to go over all the minifigs. So this one came with 10 minifigs. Now, I'm a little disappointed that it didn't come with more. Yes, I think that would be my biggest complaint. My light just went purple. I don't know what's going on with that. We're going to continue. So first off, since he's big and he's here, we're going to go over the Sentinel. So the Sentinel is really unique. And I saw some older Sentinels, and I really do think this one looks a lot better. Now, there isn't much to him. There's a couple moving pieces. The arm is moving about 3 different joints, and the legs go only in 2 joints. Now, there is a Lego piece that I've been seeing around, and it's this, like, bent piece, and I don't like it. It's weird. I don't like it. I wish it would move, because there used to be an old Lego piece that moved like that, so I would just like it to move. Lego, thank you. The armor on him looks really nice. I've seen some upgrades to different ones and different things, but I do like him. He looks cool. And like I was saying before the light interrupted me, I wish there would have been more minifigs. I wish we would have got Beast. I wish we would have maybe got Nightcrawler. I mean, it would have been a cool set to cram as many mutants in there as we could. Let's go ahead and start with Cyclops. So this is the Cyclops we've seen before. I think he looks really good. I like how they have it where his hand is up and it makes him look like he is hitting his glasses and the laser is shooting out. He's got back printing, front printing on his legs and his chest, and he does come with 2 different faces. Again, this is the face we've seen before, like on the X-Jet. and it's not that different. And then we have Iceman, and I really like this minifig. I know a lot of people were hoping that he was going to be this transparent blue, just like these ice pieces are, but he looks fine as white, and I like that the blue detail on him, it does make it look like he is ice or frosty. He's got printing on his face, chest, legs, and feet, and he does have back printing, so he is fully printed, no arm printing, but I do like him. And then we have a Bishop minifig. So Bishop looks awesome. The giant gun is really neat. He has chest printing, leg printing, back printing. He does get 2 faces and the hairpiece with looks like more like dreadlocks, and I really, really like this minifig. He looks fantastic. And then we have Storm, and what's really, really neat about her is her cape, where it goes around the neck and the arms of the minifig. You have the lightning bolts shooting out, and you do get chest printing with her and back printing. You do get 2 faces with her, and I really like how she looks. I actually have a different Storm one. I'm not really sure where it is, but this one looks really nice. Next up, we have Wolverine. This is the same minifig we've had in the past. So we have feet, leg, chest, and back printing with him. We do get 2 faces with him. It has that goggles on there, so when you put the helmet on, it looks like his eyes are white. And then we also have it where his arms are skin color because he doesn't have sleeves. Next up, we have Charles Xavier in his yellow chair. I think this thing is sweet. We actually got to see this recently in the Multiverse of Madness, so I thought that was really cool they put that in there, because I always liked seeing it in the comics. Next up, we have Rogue. Rogue looks great with her leg printing, the chest printing, and the back printing. She does get 2 faces and that iconic white strip in her hair, and that is a piece of Rogue, and it really identifies the character. So I like that they put that on there. We have a new Magneto minifig. I really like this. I like the helmet on him. You do get 2 faces on him, and unfortunately, it's a rubber cape. It's fine. Lego, give us the clock, please. But you do get chest printing and back printing on him. I really like that I have that Magneto now. I do like him in this set. I might put in the X-Jet Magneto for this set just because it has the longer white hair and it has the older costume, but I do like him. He looks good. Up next, we have Jean Grey. Jean Grey looks really cool. I like the shoulder pads they gave her. The red hair is really nice, and she does get 2 faces on her. You are only getting chest and back printing with her. I wish they would have given her a little leg printing, so fortunate, but looks good. And then we have Gambit. Now, the coolest thing about Gambit is this really crazy, like, see-through translucent piece they gave him with his cards flying out of it. It's really neat. They give him the staff. He does have leg printing, chest printing, back printing, and he does come with 2 faces. I think he looks really good. I'm really happy to have a Gambit in my collection now. And those are your minifigs. So what do you guys think? Do you wish there would have been more minifigs? Like, I wish we could have got Beast and maybe another one, but we'll see. Now, what are my final thoughts on this set? I do like it. Unfortunately, I think it is a little overpriced. I wish there was more characters, but altogether, I think this is a beautiful set. I think it can be upgraded to look even better. And would I buy it again? Absolutely. The build is extremely fun. It gets a little repetitive at times, but it's not too bad. It's not nearly as bad as Avengers Tower was for those of us that built that. I think there's some really good Easter eggs, and I think there's some really cool and neat things you could do in a Lego city with this set. Like I said, some people I've seen putting in more of an estate view, people putting it downtown, but it is a modular, so it is able to connect all those. Real quick, I did want to do like a size review. So this is the X-Jet compared to the Mansion. And I think it looks pretty good. So having both those together looks really nice. And if you're looking for an awesome playset for your kids, I think this does do well as a playset. It seems solid. Obviously, if you drop any of this, it's probably going to break apart. It comes apart really nicely. And that was my biggest complaint about the Daily Bugle, was it just falls apart too easily. You can access everything, but if a kid's playing with it, they are gonna blow it up and it's gonna get everywhere. This, I don't think it's too bad. So there are definitely some fragile pieces on it, but I don't see this being a huge problem of losing pieces and, you know, things getting messed up. Obviously, I think it looks great as a display. It's gonna be sitting with my collection, and that'll actually be the next video I do on this, is putting this all together with the other Marvel modular buildings. Now, if you get the chance, I'm definitely going to recommend to pick this one up. And that's all I had for today. So thank you guys for sticking around. I hope this video wasn't too long. And if you guys like and subscribe, that would be great. Thank you guys for the people who already liked and subscribed. I really appreciate it. I am trying to do more on this channel. I've really tried to keep up with the shorts. And I've been posting those at 9 Central Time. So if you have a chance, check those out. Also, I have a ton of minifigs I'm selling right now, so I'm going to put that link in the bottom. I'm going to turn on shipping soon. I'm trying to keep it local for now, but check back in a couple days, and maybe I've turned on shipping, and then you guys can start buying stuff. There's a ton of minifigs in there. Some collector stuff. I got the whole Bad Batch, so that's really neat. Thank you guys again, and I will see you on the next one.